Good evening, you guys. I'm probably gonna forgive me. I am incredibly emotional because tonight I went to Carnegie Hall for the very first time. I've never been inside, and I was one of the first people to walk in. And I came in through the back, and I was on the front row, and I got to walk the entire aisle, and I started crying. And I was there to see Follies in concert, Stephen Sondheim's musical Follies, a concert version, one night only. I've never seen Follies. Follies is the musical that I fell in love with Stephen Sondheim. When I heard it, I read about it, I studied it. It has been since 1987. It has been a lot of the music in my life are these songs from Follies and the story and the legend of Follies. And tonight was a concert version, and it was a different type of concert version. It was hosted by Ted Chapin and Kurt Peterson. Ted Chapin, of course, wrote the book about Follies. He was a production assistant in Follies, and he wrote the book that was sanctioned by Sondheim on Everything Was Possible, right? Yeah, that's the name of the book, I think. Don't quote me on that. I have it. And Kurt Peterson was in the original Follies and played young Ben. So the two of them were sitting literally right in front of me because I was on the front row. House left, stage right, and they were right in front of me through the whole show. And they told stories about the show. They told the story of the show, but most of us that were there know the story. So they would tell parts of it, and then they would tell some backstory. It was, but I gotta read you the cast list. Are you ready? Kate Baldwin, Julie Benko, Michaela Bennett, Michael Barrese, Alexandra Billings, Clea Blackhurst, Harolyn Blackwell, Stephen Bogardus, Carolee Carmelo, Jim Caruso, Nikki Renee Daniels, Mamie Duncan Gibbs, Christine Ebersole, Hannah Ellis, Katie Finneran, Santino Fontana, Alexander Jumanji, I can't say that, Christian Mark Gibbs, Miguel Gill, Ruth Gottschall, Olivia Elise Hardy, Gray Henson, Vernon Hogan, Jennifer Mother Freaking Holiday, Joanne Hunter, Isabel Keating, Mark Kudish, Beth Level, Adrian Lennox, Norm Lewis, you guys, Hal Linden. Hal Linden started the whole thing off. Hal Linden welcomed us. Ryan McCartan, Dana Moore, Michelle Pock, Margot Sappington, Tom Sesma, Barbara Walsh, Nina White, and Karen Ziemba. Hello. I sobbed through the whole thing. I don't know how I can really review it because they would come in and they would go out. Nobody, I don't think, sang more than once except Julie Benko and that group that were the young Ben and young Sally, young Buddy and young Phyllis. They come back in another number that's important, but very briefly. Otherwise, Christine Ebersole was one of the first to start us off, and she did that beautiful "Don't Look at Me," Buddy, where Sally gets there and she's nervous. I can't go down the list. Karen Ziemba and a whole huge crowd of women, Ruthie Gutschall, Mamie Duncan. I can't remember some of the others that were in there. They did "Who's That Woman?" That's the Mirror song. They did the original choreography, the original tapping. It was insanely incredible. second act started with Jennifer Holliday doing I'm Still Here. And she brought down the house. I was so emotional I couldn't scream. We all stood for a huge ovation and I couldn't make noise because I was sobbing. Beth Level did Could I Leave You, which is one of my favorite songs, Could I Leave You? And she was, I love Beth Level. She came out and she went to adjust the microphone and it came off. And she's like, what do I do? And nobody came to help her. They had guys who were setting the microphones before every number. Nobody came to help her, so she just held the freaking microphone and did Could I Leave You? Was incredible. The Story of Lucy and Jesse. If you guys know that song, it's a very fast song, and it's about she's like split personalities. Alexandra Billings did that. I mean, how fitting and how amazing she did. I mean, she blew it away. You guys, it was an incredible evening. I met, there was a young woman sitting next to me. Ariel is her name. She's from Long Island. And during intermission, and when it stopped for intermission, she said, honey, are you okay? Because I was sobbing and I was going through tissues. There was a whole little pile of tissues and napkins on the floor. And when we came back at the end of intermission, she comes to sit. She said, I got you some napkins. Thank you. It was an evening I will never forget. And what I said, I have to just... I have to be one of the luckiest people in the entire world. I am so grateful. During intermission, I texted my mother to thank her and tell her that I feel so lucky and that I am allowed to explore and go and do and see these incredible shows and have these phenomenal experiences. I am so lucky and blessed. And I know Stephen Sondheim and Hal Prince were looking down tonight going, way to go, way to go. And they were very happy, I am sure. So, I'm sorry that you missed it. It was an evening I won't ever forget. And one thing I want to just add, that in the cab on the way back hit me. I am so thankful I am sober. Because not only will I remember this, the way I was headed before I got sober, I would not have been able to have this night. I would not be here, and I would not be having this night. I am getting to live my true, authentic, full life, and have dreams come true because I got sober. So, thank you for coming to a very special Theater Talks with Scott. This is the Carnegie Hall program. I got the poster and I got the magnet, and cannot wait to put them up. Okay? I have more shows to come. I can't imagine anything will beat this night, though. Thanks for watching. Bye.